Constitution.
Good morning, yogis. Hi, Nelly. Welcome, Dan. Nice to see you here. I can't promise anything tough today, Nelly. I'm sorry, because my shoulder neck thing is still affecting me. But if at any point you feel there is something that you can just slip into the practice, like an additional chaturanga push-up or vinyasa flow, then by all means feel free to do that. I hope the practice will be still challenging, even if it's not going to be as dynamic as they normally are. Hi, Sonia. Yeah, grab yourself a block and a strap. If you haven't got either, then book yellow pages, and you can use a scarf or an old t-shirt, whatever, anything that can substitute it, so it doesn't have to be a yoga strap. And let me know how you are and how you feel after the practice. Yeah, especially if it's your first practice, Daniel. Yeah, so I'm really curious what impression you're gonna have. Okay, but if you're ready, if you've got everything that you need, you can find a comfortable position to settle. So seated or lying down, just briefly check in with your body, and your energy levels. How are you feeling? When you're there, close your eyes. So by withdrawing the sense of vision and sight, then we can tune into what's happening inside. Especially the beginning of the practice is an invitation to go within, to check in with your body and check in with your headspace. So right now we're not trying to change anything, just simply observe what's going on. So scan your body from your feet to the crown of your head. And just check if you're holding on to any tension, if you're clenching your jaw. So relax your face, soften your shoulders. And gently squeeze your shoulder blades together to find an openness and expansion through the chest, so the breath can flow more easily. And now allow your sole focus of attention to be your breath. So use this time to center your mind and allow your body to settle, preparing yourself for the practice. Notice the contact points for your body and the mat or the floor, to establish a sense of rootedness and grounding. And start deepening your breath. So send your inhalation all the way to your belly button. You can bring the hands on your belly if having that sensory feedback will help you connect with your breath. So deep breath into the belly and slowly exhale. And feel the breath in your belly and the sides of your body. Exhale. So in, belly, sides, and sip in as much air as you can so you can feel it at the collarbones. And exhale. So deep inhalation. Slow exhalation. So you can keep the hands on your body or bring them back to your knees. And observe the uplifting and lifting quality of the inhalation. And feel your body becoming more relaxed and heavier as you exhale. As you exhale, use the diaphragm to push out the remaining air. So both inhalation and exhalations are full. So we're pushing out whatever is left from the inhalation, creating space for the new nourishing breath to come. And each breath is a new beginning. Take one more round of breath. And allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Notice if anything has changed from the first moment you started observing the inflow and outflow of your breath. And it's okay if nothing has changed or it's changed for what you could see as worse. We're simply practicing being aware to what's happening. And then if you'd like to set an intention for the practice, then it's a perfect time to do it now. So intention is something that we cultivate within ourselves, that we work towards. So if you would like to be more patient, then this could be your intention. And then take a really deep breath in and sigh it out with as much sound as you like. Letting it all go. So you can open your eyes and transition onto your back. Keep the feet together and open your knees out to the sides for Supta Baddha Konasana. And then clasp the opposite elbow and transfer your arms over your head. So relax your legs, your buttocks, your shoulders, and allow the body to unravel and open. So with the help of gravity, just pulling and gently tugging on the tissues, opening out the hips. And bring your awareness to your pelvis. Just notice what's going on, if there's any tightness And try to release it with your breath. So keeping it deep and long. Imagine the tissues are lengthening and releasing. So knowing that you're supported by the mat, you can just relax and let go. And then swap the clasp of the elbows. So feel the support of the earth. Feeling grounded, yet open. Opening your heart, opening your hips. Keep your breath deep and long. If you can, keep the 3-part breath we've just done at the beginning of the practice. So sending it to your belly, sides of your body and your chest. Just one more round of breath, centering your mind, stilling your body. And then bring the knees up, draw them towards your chest, give them a hug. So start engaging the pelvic floor muscles and drawing your navel closer to the spine so that you can bring the thighs as close to your chest as you can. Give them a little squeeze. Really think of the cavity in your pelvis, and if to make more space to twist, to squeeze, to fold in on yourself. And then rock from side to side. So massaging the lower back here, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed and making sure that the movement is fluid. We want to be rhythmical and we want to move like water. Just tapping into the creative potential of ourselves. And then draw 3 circles outwards with your knees. And switch direction. Again, moving fairly slowly but fluidly. That's what we're really after here. Okay, bring the left foot down, cross your right foot over. So we're coming into a supine pigeon. So foot is flexed and you want to push the right knee out. So see what's happening in your hips. So you might be okay here if you want to lift the left leg up and clasp your hands behind the thigh or the shin. So it's always better to start somewhere more accessible and then progress. So now we're just checking in with our body. We're tuning in to what's happening. There might be some stagnant energy or some residual tightness, it's still early. So just feel what's happening. Pushing the right knee out, keeping the breath easeful and sending it to where you feel most sensations. Just leaning into them, we're not trying to run away. Then roll your left ankle a couple of times each way. And then if it's accessible, grab hold of your right big toe and start moving your leg from side to side, so bringing some mobility to the hip. It might not always get this much movement or this kind of movement, because that's also important, and just really trying to get it out of its comfort zone. So move in whatever direction you want, just feeling what's happening in the hips. You can extend the left leg out, but that will intensify the sensations in the hips for some of us. Okay, and then swap the legs, put the right foot down, cross the left foot over the knee, and then again spend a moment here, see what's going on. One side is likely going to feel different, and then find your pigeon. So if you ever don't find the classical pigeon, let's say, then this is your go-to. Deep inhalations into your chest, your belly is engaged. Can connect to your ujjayi breath, using the sound of your breath to ground you, to center you, but also heat up your body. And roll your right ankle Oh, there's a lot of cracking. Make sure the left foot is flexed. And then bring the right foot down, grab hold of your big toe, so with your peace fingers, index and middle fingers, and begin to open up through the hip. So it might feel a bit weird, it's not something that it's not a classical pose, if that makes sense, but it's one of the drills that help you connect and increase mobility in the joints that we're targeting, trying to put it off its comfort zone, and also to check where you can feel tension or some tightness. So keep moving, keep breathing, and don't worry about what it looks like. And to be fair, the stranger it feels, the better, because it's make you aware of what thoughts and feelings are going through you, through your mind, through your body. Okay, and then just bring it down, take a full body stretch, and come up whichever way you like. So grab your strap. I'm gonna do some shoulder flossing, if I can do it, but I'm sure that you can. So start as wide as you want. The key in this part is that you keep your hands the same level for the whole duration of the movement. So as you inhale, bring your arms up and over the head, and then slowly bring them all the way down. So start as wide as you need to, as long as you can feel something. Usually as a general rule of thumb is that if you winced, it worked. Because this is shoulder flossing. It's something that no one else is going to do it for you but you, and it's super important. So bring the arms up and fluidly bring them down. Up and down. Keep the core engaged, spine long. And make sure that your breath is really deep and full, because then this way you're signaling to your parasympathetic nervous system that everything is a-okay and your body can relax. So if you feel like you've already lubricated your shoulders, then you can make the hold a bit narrower. Just check in how it feels and find a spot where you feel most sensations, where you can stay and breathe. So observe what's happening in your body, become aware of any thoughts, whether they're good or bad, it doesn't matter, as long as you're aware. And then find another spot where you feel something. You might need to widen the strap, and it's okay. This is also good for flossing your nerves. And find one more spot where you feel perhaps heightened sensations or a bit more density that you can stay and explore. And then bring the strap in front and give your shoulders a little shake. How good does that feel? Maybe not whilst you're doing it, but certainly afterwards. And come into a comfortable seat, keeping your weight spread evenly across your sit bones. Another great thing for releasing the shoulders is that if you bring them towards your ears and squeeze everything you've got, clench your fists until you start feeling your body shaking, and then let it all go. So let's do it twice more. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze everything you've got and release. One more time. And exhale, let go. So much freedom in the shoulders. Just even if your shoulders don't feel tight, and then you do, for example, these two drills, it just feels like a whole new world opened. Okay, and then grab your strap. You might need to keep it quite long, brace your core. So you want to draw the navel in and up, and as well engage your pelvic floor muscles. So keep your spine long, shoulders are down, and we're leaning to the right. Bring yourself back up, and then exhale, lean to the left. So you want to keep both sits bones rooted, so they're not lifting onto the mat. Come back up. Go to the right, and come back. To the left, and come back. Make the strap even wider, so this time you can bring the right hand all the way down and pull on the strap with both hands. So notice what it feels, open up through the chest, rotating it out towards the sky, ceiling. Your belly's engaged, breathe into your chest. And then come back up, and we go the other way. So you might need to have more length of the strap here or less if the side of your body feels quite open. Imagine the size of your ribs opening up as you breathe. And then bring yourself back to the center. Get rid of the strap. Take an inhale, bring your arms up and over your head, long spine, and as you exhale, twist to the right. So left hand on the right knee, use it as a lever, but make sure you're squeezing your core muscles, so all twists come from core. For every inhalation, imagine you can sit a little bit taller, and as you exhale, squeeze your belly. If it feels good, you can look past the right shoulder. As you next inhale, come back to the center, wave length through the body, and as you exhale, twist to the left. So inhale, tall spine, and as you exhale, squeeze your belly, and if the body is welcoming it, go further. And then inhale back to the center. Long spine, exhale, bring your hands down. Okay, so now grab your block. So I'm gonna do 3 rounds, like 3 settings. So this is the highest, this is the medium, and this is the lowest. So I'd say let's start with the highest one, because obviously then your muscles will fatigue, so it's better to start with the harder version. So this is probably the opposite of what I just said, but it's a slightly different approach here. So come into Upavishta Konasana, so seated wide-legged posture. And it's really crucial that you keep the core braced, and we're using the strength of the hip flexors here, because we will be lifting the leg up and over, and then come back. So that was 1. So we're going to do it twice more and then change the setting. So you see, this is why we're starting with the highest one. So turn towards the extended leg, brace your core, and tilt your pelvis forward. So as though you want to come into forward fold, so that you're not arching your back too much going back, because then you're not using that much strength. Yes, let's do it. So twice more. Long spine, roll the shoulders down, and bring the leg up and over, and come back. 1 more time. Up and over, and come back. Okay, change the setting. I'm going to go 3 times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. In and out. Well done. 1 more to go on this side. Tall spine, brace the core, engage the pelvic floor muscles, as though you wanted to zip everything like up towards the cavity there. So in, out, in, out, in, out. Well done. I need to give that leg a little shake, and let's go to the other side. This might be a stronger one. So tilt the pelvis forward, tall spine, relax the shoulders, And don't think about it too much, just go. In, out, in, out, in, out. Well done. Change the setting. In, out, in, out, in, out. Excellent. Then one more to go. You've got it. In, out, in, out, in, out. Well done. Relax your legs, a little squeeze, a little massage. Okay, well done. So whilst we're here, flex your feet, check how your hips are, and again, tilting with your pelvis forward, keeping the spine long, begin to walk your hands forward. So press the back of the knees into the mat and use that strength of the hip flexors we were just cultivating to help yourself fold a bit deeper. So it's still the morning, so your body might be like, oh well, hold on a second. That's okay, just work with what you've got. And then as you inhale, come back up. Well done. So come into all fours. Wrists underneath the shoulders, hips over the hips, or more or less. And as you inhale, lift your tailbone and drag your chest forward for cow. So you want to feel the stretch with the entire front of your body. And then as you exhale, push the mat away, round your back, squeeze your belly. So inhale, come forward. Exhale into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So either do this, or if you want to, you can move in any direction. So look over one shoulder, then the other, or even roll in your cat-cow. So close your eyes and go into any direction that you feel drawn to. Whatever your body is calling you that you should go, then do that. So, we're so often used to going, forwards and back, right, left, and we forget that there's so many other directions in which we could go. So work with your breath. Breathe deeply and fully, and let it feel good. If there's any sticky spots, then you want to stay there and breathe. It's perfectly fine. A couple of rounds of breaths and make sure that you go the other direction. Don't want to leave practice feeling imbalanced. Okay, and then come to tabletop. Keep your fingers spread wide and press down through the fingertips. Your elbows as you lean forward, so your shoulders go past your wrists. When you bend them, they face towards the back of the room, and drop your shoulders so that you've got a 90-degree angle here. So hold it here, gauge your pelvic floor muscles, your core, hold it, and then push yourself back up. So that was chaturanga with the knees down, come into child's pose, rest. And then as you inhale, come forward. And this time drop your chest all the way down, keeping your chin down. Tuck your toes under and extend your right leg out. So pulse. So keep the core engagement, keep pushing the mat away, elbows are squeezing in. And then swap the leg. So try to keep in the center line of the body, controlling the movement. Then bring it down and lie down on your belly. Elbows are past your shoulders, fingers spread wide, and as though you're doing a zombie pull, drag your chest forward, drop your shoulders down, push the tops of your feet into the mat, so that the kneecaps are lifted off the mat, and keep reaching the crown of the head up. So we're targeting the thoracic spine, hooking the shoulder blades against the top of the ribs. And then gently release. Extend your left arm out, so into half a T letter. Then you begin to roll over onto right side to release the shoulder. If it's accessible, you can bring feet down, use the right hand for support, so stay on the fingertips. And then roll yourself back over. Gonna do the other side. So right arm out, make sure that it's a right angle, and then roll. And you can just stay on the side of the body, or bring your left foot down, or if you've got that opening, you can bring both of the feet down. And then roll yourself back over. Hands by your low ribs, press the tops of the feet down, and as you inhale, lift your torso up. Draw the shoulder blades towards your hips. For baby cobra, keep your spine long and feel all the muscles in your back firing. So hold it here and then bring it down. So this time keeping the same engagement, press the mat away as you lift up, elbows up by the sides of your body, shoulders are down. Relax your buttocks and think what's happening to the spine. Exhale, come down. I'm going to do it one more time. So inhale, find your cobra and stay here. Notice what you can feel. If there's any pinching or there's too much compression in the lower back, go always come down lower. One more breath in. Make sure that your fingers are spread wide, and this time as you exhale, push the mat away, so you begin to lift your hips up, and then you can roll over your toes to find your downward facing dog, or you can always do it through tabletop to then push back up. So you can pedal your feet here, inviting movement that feels instinctively good where your body wants you to go, and then settle into stillness. Push down through the fingertips, broaden your shoulder blades and slide them towards your hips. Your legs are engaged. Keep lifting the hips up and feel what's happening in the back of your legs. You can always bend the knees if you need to. It's about keeping the length in your back. Then as you inhale, begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale into fold. Hands on your hips, and as you inhale, come up all the way. Exhale, hands by the sides of your body for Tadasana. Like a coming home. It's a new beginning. Feel your body rooting down through the feet, keeping the legs engaged. Core is squeezing and lifting up through the crown of the head. Now as you inhale, float your arms over the head, finding as much length through the body as you can. And as you exhale, leading with your chest, you begin to fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips down and hands on shins. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up all the way into extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands at heart. So I'm going to go twice more. Inhale, extend it. Exhale into fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, half lift. And this time bend your legs, plant your hands and step back into down dog. Root down through the left foot, bring the right leg up. three-legged dog. Keep reaching the right foot down. And then bend that leg and draw a couple of circles with that knee one way. Then switch direction. Re-extend the leg. And bring the knee towards the chest and plank. Engage your pelvic floor muscles. Use the cavity. Draw the navel into spine. Lift the knee higher. Push the mat away. And then step the foot between the hands. Or give yourself a helping hand if you need to. Squeeze the legs together to help you balance. And as you inhale, rise up to standing. Not standing. Into high lunge. Exhale, sink. So make sure that the right knee is above the ankle. Back leg is active. Hook the shoulder blades against the ribs. Inhale, look up. And as you exhale, twist to the right. Just stay here for a moment. Use your belly squeeze. Glutes are engaged. And then bring the right hand to the back of the left thigh and bring the left arm up. So you can walk the right hand towards the back of the left knee and open up the body through the side. Embrace the wobbles, it's okay. And then come back to the center. Bring the left hand down. Inhale, your right arm goes towards the sky, but keep the right knee heading towards the midline. So it's not like splaying out, but we want to keep it in line. Drop the left knee down and then grab your strap if you need to. You might not need it. And turn, draw a circle with your right arm, reaching towards the back. So first check what's happening in the shoulders. Drop your hips low. And then if you want to, with or without the strap, grab hold of the left foot. Sink your hips low. Keep twisting to the right. Use your hamstrings to bring the foot closer. And then gently release, so don't slingshot it. Tuck your back toes. Lift up, frame the foot. And step back into plank. So pushing the mat away. Use your core here. Push out through the heels. And then tap your left shoulder with your right hand. And then go the other way. Just keep doing that. Trying to keep your core stable. Come into plank. And then jump so that the feet are outside of your mat, and then jump back so the feet are together. So twice more. Out and in, out and in. When you knees up or down, shift your weight forward, lower down all the way. So you inhale, cobra. And then as you exhale, see if you can use the strength of your core to roll over the toes into downward dog. Stay here, drawing the navel closer to the spine. Rooting down through the right foot, inhale your left leg up. Keep reaching that leg, keep pushing the mat evenly through the hands, hips are square. Bend that leg and then draw a couple of circles with the left knee and then switch direction. Re-extend the leg, and then as you inhale, come forward. So in plank, left knee is reaching towards the chest or nose. Hold it here, lift it a bit higher, and step your foot between the hands. So find stability, building foundation from the feet through the legs, and as you inhale, rise up into high lunge. Exhale, sink your hips down, back leg is active. Connect with your breath. Use your ujjayi to keep it measured and controlled. Inhale, look up towards the hands. Exhale, twist to the left. So sink low in the hips. Bring the left hand down on the right hip, not hip, thigh, your right hamstrings. And then bring the right arm up, leaning back, keeping your balance. If you want to, you can look towards the right hand. Then come back to the center. Plant your right hand and inhale your left arm up. Open through the chest. Drop your right knee down. Keep reaching the left hand towards the back of the room. And then with or without the strap, grab hold of the right foot. So remember, each side is going to feel different. So don't try to force anything. Be kind to yourself and your body. Sink your hips low. Use your hamstrings. Keep the core stable. And then gently release. Tuck the back toes. Lift up, frame the foot and step back into plank or child's pose if you want to. So shift the weight forward, the knees up or down, lower down, halfway chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or upward dog. So the thighs are lifted, and for an exhalation, super slow, push back into down dog. Walk your feet towards your hands. Fold as you exhale. Just stay here for a moment, keeping the feet together, hip distance apart. Drawing the navel in and up so you can sandwich yourself more. Your arms are heavy, your head is heavy, your back is long. And allow the pose to soothe you and calm you a little bit. So feeling your body, becoming aware of all the sensations, noticing your breath. And hands on the hips as you inhale, lift up all the way up. Exhale, hands by sides of your body. So this time again, feet together, hip distance apart, depending on how your balance is. And as you inhale, bring the arms over the head, long body. And as you exhale, begin to sink your hips down. So the weight is in the heels. You want to be able to see all of your toes. Belly is engaged. Hook your shoulder blades. So sink a little lower. Keep an equanimous mind. Sink a bit lower. Just a little bit more. Then hold it here. Squeeze the legs together. Push down through the heels. Utkatasana, the chair pose. Sink a bit lower. Just a few moments. Inhale. And as you exhale, straighten the legs and fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale into down dog. So you can either stay here if you want to, add your connecting vinyasa. So into plank, chaturanga, cobra up dog, and into down dog. And walk your feet towards your hands. Exhale into fold. And this time as you inhale, bend your legs and sink your hips for chair. Sink a little lower. Just a little bit more. You've got it. Just sink. Go lower. Squeeze your legs together. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale into down dog. And again, either meet me here or do your vinyasa. Walk the feet towards your hands. Exhale into fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. Okay, so this time shift the weight onto the left foot and cross your right leg over the knee, so like above. And keep pushing the right knee out, so like we did in pigeon at the beginning. Then bring the hands at your heart, on your hips, or extended, keeping the right foot flexed. Begin to sink your hips down. Find your breath. Keep it calm and steady. Sink your hips low. Right foot is flexed. Embrace the wobbles. And as you inhale, lift up, keeping the arms there. Bring the knee up. Brace your core, find stability in the standing leg. So you inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Then slowly transition forward, kicking out through the back heel, tilting into warrior 3. So you can stay with the fingertips down. For support, keeping the right hip down, or if you want to, stay with the straight leg, straight arm. Find your breath. Bring the hands down, take a long step back. And then kick the left foot back out into three-legged dog. Inhale, roll over into three-legged plank. Then exhale, three-legged chaturanga, and do your flow. Walk the feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale up to standing. Exhale, Tadasana. So close your eyes for a moment. Notice as your body is flooded with sensations. Notice your heartbeat. And allow yourself just to be. Like a coming home. You can start again. Okay, open your eyes and shift the weight onto the right leg and cross the left foot over. Keep the foot flexed, push the left knee out and begin to sink your hips down. So arms extended, the hips, right at your heart. Notice what's present. Sink a bit lower. Check that you can see your toes. As you inhale, come up. Bring the left knee up. Drop your shoulders down. As you inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. So this time we take extend the leg towards the back, keeping your arms straight. Tilt forward as far as you can. It's not a competition, and one side may feel better than the other. Imagine that you can extend the body in all directions. And take a step back. Bring the hands down, push the mat away, and as you inhale, float your right leg up into three-legged dog. Inhale into three-legged plank. Exhale, three-legged chaturanga. Inhale into your cobra or up dog. Exhale into down dog. Drop your knees down, knees together apart. Drop your forehead to the mat and rest in child's pose. let the soothing qualities of this pose penetrate your body. Knowing that you're safe, secure, you're supported by yourself, by the earth. You can breathe deeply and fully. And as you in, bring yourself back up. And yeah, we're going to start in tabletop. So if this doesn't feel accessible, you can do the supine pigeon, what we did at the very beginning. Otherwise, bring the right knee behind the right wrist and slide the foot towards the left hip. So slide your hips forward and down. And if you want to, you can prop up your right hip if it doesn't feel nice when it's lifted. Check that your back leg is straight and have a little wiggle. If this is where you want to be, if this is where you'll be able to sustain your breath and your effort. And then come down onto your forearms, or even extend your arms all the way out. Try to keep your hips square and lean into the sensations. So staying with them, getting to know them. And then you can either stay here, or if you want to, with or without the strap, you can bend the left leg and bring the foot towards your bum. You can slide your hand so that your fingers are facing you, but that's quite intense on the shoulder, so I'm not going to do that today. If you're holding onto the foot, let it go. Tuck back toes, push the mat away, step back into plank, and bring the left knee behind the left wrist, coming into pigeon on the other side. So check that the leg is straight. Have a little play here, because it might feel nicer or questionable on this side. And it's okay, whatever it is. Work with what you've got. So once you're there, come down onto your forearms. Feel free to stay there, or if you want to come up a little bit, you can grab the foot. And gently let go of the foot and slide onto your left bum cheek, so you can bring the right leg through. Okay, so Agni Sambhasana, you know, it's our favorite. Keep the left foot flexed and the shin is sort of like parallel to whatever edge of the mat, and then you bring the right foot over the left knee. So again, if you've got a gap here, you can use a block. It might just make it feel a bit nicer. I'm kind of used to it, so it's all good. The shins are parallel, and when you look down, you form the triangle with your legs. So core is engaged, spine is long, and you can close your eyes here so you can tune into the more subtle sensations. So not even your hips or your outer hip screaming, but everything else that's happening. Let your breath be your guide. So use it to monitor what's happening, because if it's really rapid, if you can't deepen and lengthen your breath, that means that you should probably come out. And equally, if you're feeling super calm, you want to, turn it up a notch, then, if that's how you feel, you can come into Gomukhasana, so cow face pose. So you want to stack the knees, feet are either out, so like in one line, or you can tuck them. Slide your right hip down, and I like to press down onto my feet, so that helps me stay more grounded, but also I can keep drawing the right hip down. Breathe into your chest. And then gently release. Going to come to the other side. So Agni Sambhasana fire log pose. Both feet are flexed. The weight is evenly spread across your hips. And oh wow, I can really feel this one. So let's see what it's got to say to me. Whenever you feel heightened sensations, if you maintain a role of a passive observer, then you can learn the nature of sensations in your body, because sometimes we might feel like there is no mobility, so like a joint is stuck, or something's never going to move, but that's actually tightness, but it's manifested as really thick, like density. And then sometimes we might think that something is painful, but it's actually just discomfort. But obviously it's a very thin line between these two, because we never want to feel pain, but sometimes increased discomfort can be detrimental. So it's all about getting to know yourself, getting to know your body, and also seeing how your headspace, how your current mood or state of mind affects the way we perceive things. So this is your space to take a break, to get to know yourself. And if you feel okay, you can bring the left leg over the right. Pushing the left hip down. Finding that earthy and heavy quality in the legs and the hips, rooting us in the practice, in the posture, in the present moment. And then gently release. And there are options here. So you can either start in like wide-legged position. So your big toes are together, but knees as wide as your mat, and you want to tilt the hips forward. So as you wanted to stick your tailbone out, and if you feel like this is enough, you can stay here or drop down onto your forearms, but keep tilting your hips forward. So this is one of the options. Another one is you come forward and supporting yourself with the hands, drop your hips down. So for this like weird fusion of tadpole and an upward facing dog. So this is the other option. And then last but not least, we've got frog. So keeping the ankles in line with the knees. So you might want to do it like facing the long edge of your mat, which might feel a bit nice on your knees. You want to keep the hips also in line with the knees. And stay here onto the forearms and focus on energetically sliding the knees out, so horizontally, but also dropping your hips down. Stay with your breath. Try to keep it really deep and really long to induce a state of relaxation throughout the body. Notice what you feel, so physically, but also what emotions are coming up to the surface. Keep your hips heavy. All that matters now is your breath. So one more round of breath, so really deep inhalation, slow exhalation. One more deep inhale, and sigh it all out. So there are options to come out of it. You can either walk your hands back towards you and lift up, or I like to pour myself on the mat and then I make my way back up. So I always find this frog so intense, but then afterwards it feels so good and expansive. Okay, so come and lie on your back. Palms facing up. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Take a really deep breath in, feeling as though you could lift yourself off the mat. And as you exhale, sink deeper. Knowing you're safe, you can relax. Nowhere else you need to be but here, right now. There's nothing you need to fix. You can just be. And allow the benefits of the practice to be integrated. Revisit your intention and check how you feel about it. So let go of any criticism, any negative self-talk. Allow your intention to illuminate. So remind yourself of it and why you chose it, why you need it. Bring your awareness back to your physical body and wiggle your toes, your fingers. Roll over onto one side and gently bring yourself back into a comfortable seat. Keeping your eyes closed. Noticing the connection between you and the earth. One more time, feeling grounded and rooted in the present moment. Roll the shoulders back and down to open the chest to indicate that you're receptive to give and receive more love, kindness. Bring the hands at your heart and gently bow your head. So thanking yourself for this practice, for carving out the time. And let's close this practice with one round of Om. You can stay and observe, or you'd like to join, and you're more than welcome to. Om. And gently open your eyes. Thank you very much for your practice with me today. Namaste. Let me know how you feel. So Namaste means the light in me sees and honors the light in you. So it's a greeting in yoga and a kind of acknowledgement that we are all one, that our hearts are all the same. So we should all treat each other with the due respect because we are made from the same fibers. And Om is the universal chant. I'm just doing a recap for Daniel. A universal chant, and it helps you connect with the people you have practiced with, and also if you think about how many other people are chanting it right now, then it gives you that sense of wider connection on a bigger scale. Hello, hello, hello. Dario, I don't know why I said Daniel. I thought that. I'm sorry. My bad, but I will remember now. That's usually how I learn. I just remember when I was in college, most of the stuff that I remember up until today was when I made a mistake. So it's interesting. Yeah, let me know how you feel. It was tough enough. Sweating. Good. I feel it was quite warm. But yeah, no, my shoulder isn't that great, so I need to be a bit careful. But I'm glad it was tough enough. Yes, Daniel's your housemate. Yes, rock climbing Daniel. Yes, I remember now. Okay, so apologies, Dario. It's not going to happen again. Well, so it was tough enough, but tough enough, so good enough. Let me know how you feel. Maybe you can't feel that much difference right now, but Nelly, let me know how Dario is feeling tomorrow, because this is usually when obviously the lactic acid can kick in, and then you feel a bit like, oh, I feel muscles that I never felt before. And also I saw that you went paddleboarding. I was like, whoa, this is amazing. We're gonna go for a big walk to Queen Elizabeth Country Park. So yeah, might as well make the most of this weather. So thank you so much for coming and being here and sharing the practice with me. And make sure that you check out my YouTube. Next class is on Tuesday at 6 p.m. If you have any requests, meditation postures, whatever it may be, just give me a shout. Thank you very much for your donations. Very, very gratefully received. If you feel like this is something you'd like to do, head over to my page for more details. And otherwise, I will see you on Tuesday. So have a lovely Sunday. Much love.